Hi, my name is Ashley Watt, and this is my reflection over the unit that I did with my ag welding course. It actually ended up being 3 days. This was how to set up, light, and properly take down the oxyacetylene torch. I felt like this was a valuable thing because we get to this point in the year, and I feel like students need a refresher on it. Some students tend to have other people set it up for them, and that's kind of scary because it is one of the most dangerous things in a welding shop. It's kind of a bomb sitting there. So when I think about the unit that we did, it ended up taking about 3 days. And the task that I had them do, first, they had to listen to me, take notes, they watched me do a demonstration, then they got to practice in pairs the first day. That's always a little scary because they split up and I can't necessarily be with every pair. But I made sure that I paired somebody that I felt was more confident with somebody that was less confident. And so that tended to get them more where I wanted. Coming back in the next day, they had to reorder. They had slips of paper that had the steps on them, and they worked in the same pair and got them into an order. Looking back, I kind of wish maybe I would have repaired them into the lesser confident kids, because of course the kids that are really confident just take over and redo stuff. So at that point, I kind of wish I would have repaired them. Then they got to that day practice some more, and I circulated through and check marked using a Google form if they were meeting all of the proper steps. And it's something that you very much have to do the proper steps. It was a procedural task. So it's just kind of check mark if they did it or not. If they didn't, they failed, and so they had to retry later. I think overall the task yielded what I wanted. I still feel like I have some students that are kind of iffy about it, but everybody was able to prove to me that they know how to set it up and shut down without anybody else's help. This is a real world problem because, I'm giving these students explosives. And I do think that they understood it further. I'm glad that I took the opportunity. In years past, I haven't redone it. We learn it at the beginning of the year and we don't come back to it. And unfortunately, I think that's done some of my kids a disservice. I use several different forms of assessments, and like I said earlier, the only thing I wish is maybe I would have repaired kids the second day of doing this, because the kids that are confident in it kind of ran the show. When they paired together, especially the first day, they worked really well together, and it's kind of nice to be able to see some kids be able to help others and teach, and that to me is also a form of self-assessment. When they feel confident enough to help and teach others and they do it correctly, that is a really nice thing to do. I had created the final assessment that I have for them is that they have to go through the setup, the light, and the shutdown procedure in front of me. And there's just a check mark list of every step they have to take appropriately. And so if they missed it, I could show them, you missed this step. So that was kind of their self-assessment. They could stop, take a look, and then they would have to redo it. Looking back, I'm glad I did this unit. It's something that I have needed to work on for a long time, but I don't know. It was kind of such a straightforward unit. I hope, there's other classes I've thought, like, I kind of wish I would have done something in this class, but this was an important unit, so I'm glad I did it, and the kids ended up getting what they wanted and what they needed in the end.